How are we going, everyone? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? I'm going to turn around now. You're going to see something different today. Ready? Here we go. Hello. Can you see? It's gone down a little bit. Have a look at this. Bee sting? Sorry, bee sting. Look at my earlobe. It's ridiculous. My whole face this morning, I tell you, it was twisted like that. My mouth was pushed to the one side. It was so swollen here, and my eye was closed. It's starting to open up now. I don't take any antihistamines or anything like that. Yesterday when we were talking about the bees, there was a swarm. Well, they had swarm. They were trying to take residents in our roof of our warehouse, and I smoked them out. Thankfully, I got them out. So today they moved on, but it wasn't without a bit of a sacrifice, my face. I got stung right here, just between the eye and the nose. I got stung on the head up here, so it's a bit of a sore spot, and I got stung here as well. So 3 spots in one day, not bad, huh? Now, that can happen. When it comes to bees, folks, really be cautious. If you don't know if you're allergic to them or not, go and find out. Check it out. Go to your local doctors and find out what allergies you may have or not have. And if you do have, always be prepared, because they are life-threatening situations when they do occur. So all jokes aside, lucky for me, this is the worst it gets for me. A swell in the face, a bit of a laugh with the family and team, and then it goes away, and then we face another day. But for others, it's a lot more serious. So take care when you're around bees, and especially around the garden this time of year. Now back to topic. Don't mind me looking like this. Our tomato seedlings. These are the ones we sowed only a couple of weeks ago or so. Now they've taken off, and now what I want to do here is talk about the lankiness in the tomatoes. We do have our big Malaka tomatoes here now, which these ones here by nature grow very thin at the beginning. So let me show you here. They are very stalky looking, so everybody who's grown them in the past can see that for yourselves. It's very thin, but they do thicken up. As they start to get past their juvenile leaves or cotyledon leaves here, and they develop their main leaves, this starts to thicken up and you get a bit of height. But what we've got to be careful of is this wobble. See this wobble? Have a look in here. See nice and closely there. See these little white fibrous roots? They're trying to take hold of and stabilise the plant. But the problem there is, it's with the wind, because I left the door open, these are getting blown over. What we need to do is repot these gently. And they're not quite ready to. They are coming through the roots, beautiful, and I love these little jiffy pods because they haven't got a base on them, and the roots can grow out underneath freely. That's what you want them to do. So look at another one, look at that. That's fantastic. We've got roots coming up beautifully, strong and healthy. We use smoke water and our liquid gold at half strength and quarter strength. So what we've got to do here is pot these on, and I'm going to pot them into a peat pot so that I can actually stabilise them. The purpose of that is so they don't wobble around. Not all of them need to be going into here. We're going to put a little bit of soil at the bottom and sit that in there and just top it up with a bit more soil on top. So let's just do that as a demo. You don't have to do that straight away, folks. Look at these ones here. They don't need to be potted up yet. They're nice and stable, so they've anchored down pretty well. Whereas this one, 3, and possibly 4 are starting to fall over. So before they get too top heavy and lose their balance and don't anchor down properly, because if the plant doesn't anchor its roots properly to start with, it'll always struggle. So what we're going to do is just help it along a little bit. I'm using Hal's Biochar. This is the online team, actually, I should mention that as well, have just brought out a new range of potting mix and compost. It's the Hal's Biochar range. This is an enhanced potting mix. Let me just show you this. I use this stuff all the time. It's got a beautiful grade of potting in it, so it never goes super hard. Look at that, fine grade of bark, compost, mulch, and biochar, which is the activated charcoal, and that's what makes the difference in your plant quality. So this has now just become available online as well. So what we do, just get a little bit of soil at the base, because the peat or the jiffy pod doesn't sit all the way to the bottom. Maybe I put too much in there, 1 second. Just like that there. Right, and now all we're going to do is top it up. So I'm going to sit it here and just scoop a little bit around it. Just lightly press it, because this stuff doesn't compact too much. Even if you press it down, folks, it won't harm it at all. And that's it, look at that. Real simple. From this situation to that. That's what you need to do. So if your little seedlings are still young and they're starting to fall over because they're stretching, pot them up into little jiffy pots or peat pots like this. You can use plastic pots if you haven't got any of these, or you can get them online as well, and feed them. Now, I'm using our, oh, geez, my face feels funny. I can see my left cheek just rising closer to my eye and starting to get a bit teary. Oh, Jack, I get stung and you sook about it, eh? Hey, buddy? I know, it's a bit hard. This is only about 3 or 4 mil per litre. See the little dribble I put in there? That's all you need. Doesn't need much. It's got to look like weak tea. Super weak tea, actually, maybe a little bit more, but that's okay. It won't harm it at all. It'll actually be good for it. So just to soak around like that. And that's all it needs to happen. Now, hot days, today got up to 26. Apparently it was meant to get up to 26. I'm not sure, I haven't checked the thermometer. But in here, at the moment it's 23 degrees. I have disconnected the heat mats. So the thermostat's running a temperature for me, which is basically the room temperature in here. So we're currently 23.2 degrees. They don't need a heat mat at the moment. If at night, because I reckon the next couple of days it's going to plummet again in weather, in temperature that is, we've got to switch it back on. So we want to stabilise it, keep it constant, not too hot, not too cold. And I've got to eventually fix these up as well because they need to come out of these pots. Now, also rotation. One thing I didn't mention, if you've got these on a windowsill, no doubt if they've been sitting there for a few days, if not weeks, they'll be leaning towards where the sun's coming from, where the light's coming through. Remember to rotate it around, spin it around so that you get them to stretch back the other way as well. That's a good way to get a good whole round, all-round growth on it, and it's not one-sided or lopsided. So pot up your seedlings, stabilise them, keep them warm, not too hot, and liquid feed them with a light solution, not too strong, and allow it to dry out between the stages because otherwise they become waterlogged, bogged, and they can go backwards. Last thing, these are the big Malakas, the first batch from winter. Finally, these ones are coming good, and that one there as well. You can see the little leaves just coming up. Beautiful. Better late than never, I say. The more tomatoes you got in your garden, the better it is. Now, folks, if you go to our website, vasilisgarden.com, and you support us there, it's great. We really appreciate that because all it does, it helps us produce these videos every day of the year. Literally every day is what we do for you because I love doing it. It's all about me sharing what I learn and what I care about, and hopefully you guys learn something from me as well. And in return, with all the wonderful emails I get, lots of questions, but I get some great ideas as well. So keep them coming through because it does help us feed the content and information to everybody else out there who wants to live and learn and enjoy the garden just like we do. And also, everything you do with our website and support us through there, it helps us support the local community because we do employ a lot of people in the local community, which during these trying times has been, you know, a blessing to their families as well, and that's what we care about. So our prices are rock bottom. We have got them down to almost cost price. I can say some of them are below cost price. It's because we care. You know, we try to average it out so that we make a little dollar out of it, but give you something in return that's going to be beneficial to you and your garden, and you don't feel like you've been ripped off. So get to vasilisgarden.com, have a look at the specials. It's Spring into the Garden special now, or sale going on, and we're going to keep running it through because we're locked down for another 2.5, 3 weeks, which is gobsmacking to say the least, but we've got our garden to be able to go into and relax in. So take advantage of the time you have at home and get in your garden. And avoid the bees because the more I'm talking, the bigger this cheek is growing. It's vasilisgarden.com, and hopefully by the next video, I doubt it, maybe 2 videos later on, this face will be back to normal. I don't know if it'll ever get back to normal, but you know, it's not bad at the moment, is it? Oh, it's not good, I know. All right, I'll take that on board. From me, Vasili, Maresi.